Hello, everyone. Good evening to you, all of you again. So this could be our last meeting before the your final assessment. Okay. So can you hear me, everyone? Okay. Thank you. All right. So for today, meeting we call it as a meeting because today is the not so formal one. So the agenda of today's meeting is to discuss about your final assessment issue and also the some of the decision from the faculty about the method to carry out the assessment. Okay. All right. The first thing that I want to mention here is that your assignment, please to remember that your last day to submit your assignment is on next tomorrow, deadline. Okay. Deadline is on 17th of April 2020. Okay. So by 11:59 p.m. Okay, at the midnight. Okay. Then I will collect the assignment by tomorrow evening. Okay, please stick to the deadline given to you. Okay. All right. For the assignment submission, please follow the link, okay, the Google Form link given to you inside the Weber, the online there, the forums. If you look at the forum, one of the forum will mention about the submission link, okay, where to submit your assignment, and then also please don't forget to upload your report, okay. It's a group report plus together with the video, okay. So inside your video, you have to show your teamwork how they work together. So for when I see from other people, their practice is that they carry out the Zoom or Google Class, Google Meet, okay, the kind of the meeting, then they record the entire meeting, okay, so that this is actually a kind of the so-called the teamwork, the evidence of the teamwork because you all carry out the meeting, the discussion, and then from there you also can perform, okay, your your presentation, okay, to demonstrate how your circuit work and so on, okay. But then when you record the video, please do not, okay, make sure that the size not more than 100 megabyte. Let's say if everyone give me one gigabyte, then for sure my storage will be getting full very fast. Okay? So I have to limit every group maximum of 100 megabyte. So in this case, you can do some editing. Okay, so this is a good chance for you to learn how to do some video editing, do some compile the few video together, and then you cut and paste, and then you change the format. Okay, for example, you change from the IV format, you change to the RMVP format or MP4 format, whichever having the smaller size. This will test your creativity. Okay, even though you change to other format, okay, even though with a small size, I don't think it will affect their quality lah. It's just that the size will become smaller, the screen size will become smaller with a lesser resolution. Okay, but overall, it's okay. Okay, for me to understand your presentation. Okay, shouldn't be the issue. Right? Of course, if you can record with the best video auditing software, whatever, that will be perfect lah. Okay, you can try to do it. Report is a group report, yeah. So you do not need to submit the individual report. So it's a group report. The group should be consist of 3 to maximum 6 person. Okay, remember that. Okay, as mentioned before, 3 to 6 person. Deadline will be on tomorrow. Okay. As mentioned before, for the assignment, okay, so a lot of you ask me about can I use the IC, like a 555 IC, LM, certain series to generate the PWM, okay? To make it clear, so you have a three question, right? Q1, Q2, Q3. So Q1 is considered the more difficult one because you need to build the driver, the hash bridge for the motor, you need to build the comparator. So it's considered more difficult. So for the Q1, IC is allowed. Okay, but it's okay lah. Okay, you don't want to use IC, it's okay. Just that for the question number 1. For the question number 2 and number 3, it's just a simple converter. So no IC is allowed. Okay, just to make it clear about this. And we receive many questions about from you. So I just want to make it clear. Okay, the reason is because question number 2 and 3, like for example, the LED strip, right? Take what the driver is basically you just need to build the power supply, okay, that can generate 12 volts, okay, from the AC or from the DC source kind of thing. So it is very straightforward. If you use the IC, then basically you don't have much thing to study, okay. So that's why IC is not allowed here. By the way, it is okay because you do not need to buy the hardware in the market or whatever. You just need to use some simulation to carry out the simulation. That will give this is sufficient to prove the working principle of your circuit. Yeah. So you can have a many multiple choices. You can use the MATLAB, Multisim, or any other software. Okay, I have no limit on the software. I just want you to master one software that can help you to run the simulation. So this is my objective for this one, right? Okay. So if you have any question, you are welcome to raise any issue. Yeah. Okay. But remember that the submission deadline will be on tomorrow midnight. Okay. So do not more than that. Otherwise, yeah, late submission will be penalized with some mark deduction. Okay. So next will be on the assessment method. So this time, remember that your coursework contribute to 60%, okay, of your final final mark. Okay. So among your 60%, so your assignment, okay, will be 15% out of 100, and then your midterm test is equal to 30%. And then your lab another 15%. Okay, so I will start who is fighting inside the room don't prepare. Okay, you got to turn off your mic, otherwise this meeting room will become the chaos. Okay, right, remember that this is the total contribution of your total coursework mark. Okay, 15, 30, and 15. So starting from next week, I will start to release the coursework mark. But according to the faculty requirement, right, we cannot release everything to you. The most we can do is that this is the faculty requirement. Maximum to release, okay, 50% of, okay, of your coursework. Okay, that means I will release the assignment. Okay, after you submit, then I start marking. I will release your assignment, then to release your lab. Okay, but the midterm test, half still with the Dr. Chong, and also the marking script. You know, the answer script is still with the Dr. Chong also. So I cannot get it from him because of I cannot go to the campus to get it, so I still pending. Okay, so that means I will release the assignment stage by stage. Lab is ready. I will release by next week. So at least you can get the first question is done. Only the second question haven't marked yet. So for the midterm test, so we will release stage by stage. So please be patient a bit for this time. So this is about the coursework, and then for the remember that final assessment. So this time we only have a final assessment, one only. Okay, so the method is same like a final exam. Okay, it consists of 4 questions. Okay, 4 questions. Okay, that cover chapter 1 to chapter 5. Okay, so the chapter 6 about the base drive are not in. It's not in, okay? Because this one actually, according to the original plan, the chapter 6 will come up in your final exam. But since this time we do not have a physical exam, so chapter 6 is not included. Okay. We only cover chapter 1 to chapter 5 that consists of 4 questions. Okay. Okay, later I'll talk about the coverage. Okay, now talk about the format first. So the final assessment, right? So the normally is on the week 15. Okay, week 15 to week 16. Okay. So normally will be given, okay, it's a 4 days. Okay. 4 days to complete the 4 questions. So it's not the issue. So this time it will be considered very flexible for you. Okay. So please make sure that because we are given 4 days to complete your assignment, whatever, right? So you have no reason to say that your internet is down, you cannot connect to the Wi-Fi, whatever thing, because you can go for the early submission or whatever. Somewhat the link will be given to you at the end of the when we release the question later on. Okay. So given before question normally is week 15 to week 16, okay, with 4 days. Normally, for my case, I propose Tuesday to Friday, okay, Thursday to Friday. So, but it depends on the faculty lah, because they need to sort out all the subjects so that you won't mess everything together, okay, wouldn't mess together. So they will need to sort out lah. So who will come first, who will do later on, like the final exam, okay, 4 days. Okay, another thing is that, okay, when you do the submission, right, okay, we will give you the question, we will give you the template, okay, the template for the marking for the answer sheet. So when you submit, okay, submit the answer sheet, right? So you have to follow this format. Can you see this one or not? This one is not the exam question. Okay, don't worry. This one is a format that you have to attach as a front page for your result submission. Okay, with that. So remember that this is the you must attach this one, okay, into your result. Otherwise, we will not accept your your final result or your answer that you answer, okay, answer sheet. Because this one is something like your declaration. So whatever that I complete this assignment is based on my own work kind of things. Is a declaration. Okay. So I will upload this into the online as well. But just want to make sure that, okay, when you submit, please use this one as your front page, front cover page, okay, so-called cover page, like your report, like your thesis kind of thing. Okay, then you need to put in your information here, put your signature as well. Okay, I think everyone already get the exam index number, right? So put in the index number. Okay, no need to put your name. Okay, I just because we will use the index number as our reference. Okay, and the rest of it put in the signature as well. Okay. So this is the assessment. And also don't forget, because this time we involve the online assessment. So in other words, there will be a very flexible for you to get the result, to get the source, the any source of the information. So that's why this time the faculty is required us to do the turn in. Okay, the turn in actually is for the plagiarism. Okay, plagiarism. Plagiarism means the similarity check. Okay, we need to submit your result, okay, online. Then we will check, okay, what is your percentage of similarity. So the threshold is not more than 20%. Okay, this one very important. So in other words, your submission must guarantee the originality. You can get the keyword, okay, from the internet or any open book, any
没有，他只是
source.
要讲那个 final assessment 的 format 吧，我忘记了。
I hear you. Okay. All right. Remember, you have to maintain the originality of your final result that you upload, your assignment. Okay, when we upload your work into the online, we will see your percentage of similarity. If more than 20%, immediately your maximum mark will be limited to, let's say, 20, by half. So this is the faculty requirement. They request us to do the online chat on every script given that submitted by you. So please make it clear. So that's why now I want you all to try to get as much as possible information first, such as a journal lah, or the bulletin lah, or any write out, or any reference from the internet or any sources. Collect the information first, so that when you want to write the assignment that time, then it will be easier for you. Okay, all right. So the next one will be on the coverage. Okay, so this is a coverage that I come up with a final assessment question. Okay, such as the question number 1. So we're talking about the introduction. Okay, about the power electronics, intro to power electronics. So in this case, you have to identify, the area, in which area that we apply the concept of power electronics to solve the problem, especially on the driver, motor drive, okay, and also the power supply, the power conversion industry, power conversion industry. So this is the main area where we fully utilize the power electronics concept that working at the high frequency switching. So in this case also, one of the question here is that is about the comparison, comparison between the linear and also the switching, vs the switching. Okay, so this is about like a short essay. You have to find the information to explain, the difference between the linear electronics versus the switching electronics, why the switching electronic can work on the high frequency, why it can produce a better efficiency, smaller in size, the kind of the blah blah blah. Okay, so to like a comparison. Okay, comparison between the linear electronics or linear power supply versus the switching power supply, that kind of the comparison. Okay, so this will be, there'll be normally every question will have ABC, 3 parts. So this is a Q1. Okay, Q2 is there are 4 questions. Let's see the first question. Okay, question number 1 is from here. Question number 2 is about the switch. Okay, question number 3 is from here. Question number 3, and question number 4 is about the motor drive. Okay, so you know that, right? Question number 1 is more to fundamental. There's the basic comparison between the linear electronics versus the power electronics, and also what is their switching behavior. Okay, when it is on, it's fully on. When it is off, it will be fully off. The kind of things. Okay, that you have to really understand. So you try to search for information about this. Okay, for linear power supply versus the switching electronics. In the question number 2, question number 2 is about the device. Okay, device. You know the device, right? So basically, the device that we focus during our study is, we have the BJT, we have the MOSFET, and we have the IGBT, for example. So our question will be focusing surrounding these 3 components. Okay, so first is maybe on to study the characteristic of this BJT, MOSFET, and IGBT. Same like a comparison, but the comparison must be falling to the specific model. See? So because you are allowed to go for the open book and search from Google, whatever, so we are focusing on specific model. Let's see, for example, LM785, for example. Okay, then based on this model, you look at their spec. From there, I want to know what is the power handling capability, the maximum surge current handling, the maximum breakdown voltage, for example. Okay, so I want you to search for this information. So as long as you are searching for this information, you should be able to get the relevant information that you want. Okay, this one is about device. There will be a first part, of course. The part B is of course from the, okay, I want you to search for information for this one. Demonstrate. Okay, demonstrate that how, okay, semiconductor work as a variable resistor and switch. This is what I want you to search for information. Okay, this will contribute a lot of mark. Yeah, this is also about like investigation, like a survey. Yeah, you have to go to the internet or go to any book to search for their information to study in more detail. Okay, how, let's say for example, I give you BJT. Okay, how the BJT can work like a variable resistor. If they work as a variable resistor, what is their state of operation? The state of operation means what is their current, what is the required base current, what is their gain, okay, their beta value, for example. Then from there you can actually get from the data sheet of the BJT, for example, to know their behavior. And then also you can explain about their dependency, okay, on the temperature, for example. If the temperature increase, what will happen to the stability of the BJT as a switch or as a variable resistor. Okay, this is the thing that I want you to investigate, and also as a switch as well. Okay, what is the, or what are the requirements to be a switch? Okay, what are the requirements to be a switch? For example, to be a switch, I need to make the collector channel to be saturated, okay, the drain channel to be saturated. When it becomes saturated, what is their internal loss? What are the factors that affect their efficiency, their internal loss? So this is all about the investigation. Okay, it's something like a short essay, okay, short survey on the question. Okay, so this is depend on your own effort. You search for more information, then you get a higher mark. Okay, but of course, this is the faculty also got some restriction. Yeah, we limit your answer sheet, right, to maximum, I think about 15 pages only, like the maximum. Okay, up to how many thousand, 5,000 word or whatever. Okay, otherwise, if everyone submit 100 pages to me, then I will die, I tell you. Okay, so that's why we have to limit the number of pages is allowed. Okay, we want small but compact. I don't want is big but it's no content inside. Okay, otherwise you give me one paper, submit 100 pages. If I want to flip through, also take me half an hour, then I definitely cannot finish the marking idea. Okay, so you have to take care of this one. Make sure only to put in the keywords. Okay, explain the keyword, okay, on the question asked. Okay, this is for the question number 2. Okay, device, and also the demonstrate how it works as a switch or as a variable resistor. Of course, it also involve some calculation as well, like one that you did in your tutorial. Okay, some tutorial are helpful in this case. Okay, question number 3 is my part. Okay, question number 3 and number 4 actually come into one chapter, one question, because they are talking about the same thing. Okay, so you have the converter, right? So converter, what we have? Okay, the question number 3, right? So we have the converter, okay, plus the power supply lah. This is a two thing, right? So converter, we have the buck converter, push converter, buck push converter, kind of things, right? So in this case, first, okay, talking about power supply first. Power supply, we have the linear power supply, okay, power supply, and also the switching power supply. Okay, two things. So I want you to, of course, the more specific one is, the block diagram, block diagram, like for example, like this, the block showing the process of the signal flowing from input to output, for example. Then you have the rectifier, for example, you have the filter, for example, then you have a regulator, for example. The kind of things are, so here is a transformer, okay, kind of this, to compare between the linear power supply versus a switching power supply. So same thing also, you also build the switching power supply and explain the working principle of this switching power supply. So this is a part of it, okay. And also there is a converter as well. Okay, so you have the buck converter. Okay, we have a push converter. Then we also have the buck push converter. So our question will be focused on this buck push or buck push, and also the comparison between the linear power supply and the switching power supply. Okay, and also one more thing, okay, is about the practical case, okay, practical observation. Okay, this will contribute some mark as well. What do you mean by practical observation? Simple. I give you one actual circuit. It's actual power supply. I capture from my, let's say, I go and open up my computer power supply. Okay, my notebook power supply. I open it up because I have a few pieces. I open it, then there will be a lot of the component inside, right? Component, whatever component. So I want you to explain. I want you to classify each portion. For example, here is for the EMI filter, for example. Then here is a switching component controller. Then here is the transformer, for example, and then this is a Schottky diode. Okay, Schottky diode, for example. Then here, okay, will be a output filter, for example. Then here will be a like a uh optocouple, for example. Okay, then I want you to do like this. Okay, this is a part of the, actually you will see this kind of question in the exam. That means I will give you the circuit, okay, all the actual circuit, actual picture. Okay, that's why you have to know how to recognize which one is optocouple, which one is a transformer, which one is a SPD, which one is the EMI filter, kind of thing. Okay, and group them according to the block diagram like this. Group them like this. So for example, here is a EMI, for example. Okay, for example, not here is a EMI, for example. Okay, this is a control. Okay, this is a transformer. Then this one is the filter. Then something like this. This is a feedback, for example. I want you to look at the actual picture, group them according to the one you did in the first part. Because this one is the block diagram of the switching power supply. Then in the actual manufacturing, they should follow this block diagram as a reference. So you should get the similar component. Of course, inside there be some controller, okay, some control chip lah. So you need to see what's the chip they use. Then look at the number. I'll say LM, what a number, right? Then of course there are some other circuit that supply the power to the IC. Okay, because IC got many pin, right? Sometimes they require the VCC, VE, and so on. So to supply circuit is optional lah. You don't need to explain. It's okay. But if you can explain, it will be better. Okay, because it won't be so straightforward. There are some other component as well, such as also there will be a sniper circuit. Somewhere here there must be a sniper circuit. Okay, sniper. So try to identify what are the functions for each of the block component. I call it a block component. So you do not need to explain item by item. That means you don't explain this is, don't tell me oh, this is the capacitor, this is transformer, this is optocouple, this is the Schottky diode, this is the BJT, this is the transformer. Don't tell me like this. Okay, I know that is a component, but I want you to group them and explain the function in the group. Okay with this? Okay, please don't tell me, don't just list the component, otherwise that is you contribute 0 marks into your final. Okay, and what I want is to identify their group according to this, okay, this block diagram group, and explain their function, right? Okay, so this one is for question number 3. Question number 4. Number 4 is about what? Number 4 is about the, okay, this one is more interesting. Okay, involve or more on the design. Okay, as mentioned, right, is the question number 4. We have the motor plus the drive. Okay, motor and drive. So the motor, we have the AC motor, we have a DC motor, we have a AC motor, we have a synchronous motor, okay, synchronous motor and induction motor in general. DC motor, we have the permanent magnet DC motor and also the separately excited DC and so on. Okay, and also among this motor, right, there will be a brush and also the brushless. Actually, the brushless is referred to synchronous motor. It's a part of the synchronous motor because they use a Hall effect sensor to detect the position, and then it will tell, okay, the rotor to catching up, okay, to each other. For example, okay, so this is the rotor and stator. Okay, this is the stator. Okay, then normally here there will be a, it's really no contact, no contact, but there is a sensor here. That's why we call a Hall effect sensor. The purpose of this Hall effect sensor, right, is to detect the position of the south and the north pole. Okay, the pole, because here there will be a lot of poles, right? The poles like this, the poles. Okay, let's see, here is one pole, 2, 3, 4, 6 pole, for example. So it's a north, south, north, south, north, south, north, south, something like this, right? So they need to have a, to know the position so that they will be able to engage with the south and then the north and then the south and the north. Okay, engage with the stator outside so that when the stator produces the rotating flux, so it will pull. Okay, when they engage, they will run at the together. That's why we call it as the synchronous motor. That's why the brushless is a kind of the uh, brushless DC motor. Okay, it's a brushless, right? So don't make a mistake. Yeah. So here, okay, again, come back to your question. The question consists of two portion, right? Motor and the drive. So again, your work here will involving the one that I discussed during my lecture that time. So we have a motor, and then we will have the drive. Okay, the drive that controlling this motor. Okay, so here to provide the VA, here to provide the VF. I think you still remember, right? VF is a field voltage. Here is the armature voltage. Okay, so how to provide the field voltage and the armature voltage is basically supplied by the converter. So this is the thing that you want to observe. Here will be a converter. Okay, so here also the same. There will be another converter. Okay, the converter. So here is your AC supply. This supply. So they will supply the here to here. Okay, and also here to here. So like this. So it's both AC 240 volt, 50 hertz, and then RMS. So you're going to design. So this converter, right? The converter, we have a few different types. We have the half wave converter. We have the semi converter. Then we have a full wave converter. So my question here is that I want you to investigate. Okay, so if I use a different converter combination, what is the impact, okay, to this motor? Let's say I want to generate the torque, okay, 100 Newton, for example, Newton meter with a 1000 RPM, for example. Okay, so what is the required, okay, fire angle here? What is alpha A and alpha F here? The required fire angle to provide energy, the voltage into the motor, so that I can provide the sufficient torque to the motor to run at the at the targeted speed and also the torque. So this is more to the design. Okay, so this one is about uh, question number 4. Okay, by the way, this is totally an open book and it's free for you to search for the information. But then this question you cannot find everywhere. You cannot find anywhere because this is my own question. So to keep the when I put this question into the online for checking for the similarity, if there are questions that having a high similarity, that means you copy to each other. So that means this one is from originally from me. Okay, you cannot find the similar question in other side of the world. Okay, this question, right? So you have to understand how to design the motor drive, okay, for the DC motor or even AC motor. AC motor wise, there will be also the question as well. Okay, for AC motor, for example, so how to control the motor speed. Okay, for example, the speed is equal to 120 F over P, right? So this is the stator speed. Then from there you have a slip, then and so on. For the AC motor, you have to know how to deal with the frequency, how to deal with the pole, how to control the rotor frequency, to control the slip, kind of the things. And also, there will be a theoretical question as well to study the behavior of the AC motor and also the DC motor. And then from there, you make a comparison, which one is best for which application. For example, I want to have a low speed, low power application. So I will go for the AC motor or DC motor, for example. Then you have to ask yourself, that if I want to have a certain application, which is where the torque is must be very, very uh, very precise at the low speed, for example, then I need to go for the AC motor or DC motor. This is something that you need to carry out some investigation. So this is the entire coverage about your exam. Okay. So any question from you? Yeah. Remember, we have 4 questions. You have to answer all questions. Yeah. No exception. Okay. No exemption. So answer all questions. Okay, so each one will each so 10% each, 10% not 40. Okay, 10% each. So that means here will be 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, total is 40%. Right? So class, any question from you that you want to ask more about the coverage about the exam matter? Of course, the question okay, later on the faculty will upload the timetable for the final assessment schedule. So, for example, from which day to which day is standby for what subject, what day to what day is for what subject, for example. Okay, so then let's say for example for my subject, okay, you've been scheduled from the Tuesday to Friday, for example. So by Tuesday night, I will upload okay, I will upload the question in the Google Drive and also into the Weber, both of it. Okay, the question. So at least you have 2 options to get the question. One is from the Google Drive. I will give you the link for you to access to the question. Another one is to just upload into the Weber. I'm afraid where a lot of people will use the Weber, so it may be traffic jam. So at least you have the alternative to access to my Google Drive to get the file for the exam for the final assessment question. Okay, and also you need to download the format the cover page to put into your answer sheet together. For the submission, you can submit in the words form or PDF form is okay also. Okay. Actually, if you submit in the word form, is better for me because I can mark on the words format is easy for me also. But doesn't matter. Even in the PDF also, I can do it. Okay. So this is what we have for this power electronics briefing for today. Anyone want to know anything else? Any question or anything? I see a lot of question. Let me see your question. Okay. Yeah, I answer your question one by one. For the first one is the proof of teamwork can use screenshot or video. Okay, the proof of teamwork, of course, let's say for example, right, you all carry out the Zoom meeting, the Microsoft Meet, okay, or you can use the Microsoft Teams for the meeting, right? You can capture the, let's say for example, this picture, this one, okay. Of course, you need to show the show your face, show your face here, show your face. Then you can capture this to put into your report, and also this also can be a part of your video presentation because here when you present, right, someone will record, okay, let's say from A present, and then on B present, C present, D present, then you record the video, then you just upload to me. I prefer you to use the Microsoft Team because the file is very small. Even though I talk for 2 hours, it's just about 150 megabyte. If you talk about 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes, I think about just 10 to 20 meg only. I think is very affordable. Some more the quality is okay. All right. Uh, Simulation, because this one is come without the hardware presentation, so simulation is a must. Okay, I can say it's a must. Okay, this actually to replace your hardware presentation. Okay. So final assessment, you can submit in the PDF form or Word form also can, no problem. PDF is better lah. I think PDF is more secure lah. If you put, if you submit in the words form, let's say if I'm not happy with you, if I delete some of your result, then how? So you don't know also, right? Then you notice better you submit in the PDF form. But if you trust me, then okay lah. Otherwise, you submit in the PDF form. Okay. Other we upload the report ourselves to turn it. No, you submit to me, okay, but I will upload into the turn in for check-in, okay. But of course you can find the source in internet for the check-in as well. If let's say you afraid that your percentage is too high, right, then you can actually find the source in the internet. Yeah, a lot of free software out in the internet that you can actually upload. For individual it's okay. For me, there are certain limitation. That's why I need to use a turn in because I use the Utah account, so we can have a unlimited upload. But if you are like a try version, you can only upload 2 or 3 times. So for you it's okay lah. Yeah, because you only have one result on it so it's 2 or 3 times is sufficient for you. And then to need to type, it's up to you. Okay, you can write also, okay, but I if possible do not write because your sometimes the handwriting will make me cry, like a cakap ayam sometimes it's very hard to read. But in case if you want to write using handwriting, right, you after write you can take the photo then upload into the file, it convert to the PDF file also can. Okay, of course, let's say for example, those very complicated formula, right? So you are very hard to type. Then you just write lah, hand write lah. Then you can capture it, snap the picture, and then put into your result. Okay, your assignment. Okay, so it's optional. Yeah, make it flexible. Need to do the citation. Yeah, of course, if you have used some of the term like a certain term, the nouns or the certain name, okay, from the or certain statement from the journal or from the book, you put the citation like a reference. This is like a standard way. You use other people picture, for example, then you also need to put a citation to pay respect to the owner. Okay. The Google Drive link, this one will only be available to you only within the assessment period. Okay. For example, let's say, I think this one will be announced by the faculty, not by me, because they have to sort out all the subject together first. So let's say my assessment is on the Tuesday to Friday, for example, then by Tuesday 12 a.m. morning, then I will upload the link okay, into the Weber, and also the question into the online. Then you can just download on the spot on the day itself. Okay, so you say the question only from you, then we all use the method you show in the lecture. Okay, that one you use your own way to explain, and calculation part is okay. Calculation part is okay, but of course you have a different way to explain, right? Okay, so you know how pandai lah how to explain lah. Because one question they have a multiple way to explain it. Because my question is very quite long one actually. This quite lengthy one. Yeah, you need to compare a different converter. You have a halfway converter, full converter, semi converter. So when you do the comparison, cannot be exactly the same because the way you write must be different. Answer might be different. It's okay. Okay. For calculation value, it's okay if you have same value, but the way you explain must be sound different lah. Sound different. Keyword same, never mind. Okay. Simulation is assessment. Okay. In the final assessment, okay, the simulation will be considered added advantage. Added advantage means that you will get, okay, some allowance, means some extra mark on top of your maximum mark lah. Let's say for example, other people only do this method, okay, then other people get the 8 mark, then now you get also get the result, and then you also run the simulation, then you might be able to get the 9 mark or even 10 mark lah. That means consider your extra effort. You consider this one. Okay. Okay, the first report being uploaded. Okay, so this one you pandai lah. The faster the better lah, of course. But this one we will upload together. Okay, so they will scan together. So it's no issue. The sequence no issue for our side lah. But for your side, you want to test, then you can do it by yourself. Okay, this one is I know lah. This one is maybe the 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 cheating part lah. Okay, see it's a lubang lah. Also can be called as lubang because when you use a handwritten, then you take a picture, then the online check-in cannot check your picture, so you cannot see the similarity. This is one of the way lah. So if we see a lot of the handwritten part, right, then we have to manually check lor. So we will still do the sampling lah. Okay, of course for the handwritten one, we will not upload everything because upload no choice, no point because they cannot detect the difference. But we will put all the one with the handwritten together on the table, then we will see. Then see which one got the high similarity. Okay. So you can go for the whole to the handwritten. Okay. You can go for that. It's okay. So that you can get the zero similarity, okay, in your online plagiarism chat. But we will still, okay, check manually. We will take out all the handwritten one in one side. Actually I prefer you answer the right in the point form actually. Yeah. For engineer is direct to the point. You know, right? Engineer must direct to the point. We don't talk so much lah. Okay, we don't talk so much the grandmother story. I do that lah, I do this, I do that, I assemble this until I get that result, and then I bring to my friend to finalize and then to double check. Okay, don't be so kepo lah as an engineer. We are problem solver. We are not troublemaker. Okay, please direct to the point. So point form is highly acceptable. Right? Okay, no more question. Any more? You type in your question here, then I can answer your question. Or you can talk. Yeah, I can hear you. I study room. Any more question? Oh, yeah. So if no question, then just wait for the announcement from the faculty, and then from there you will know from what day to what day is the final assessment for power electronic, and then from there you please monitor. Okay, look at the online announcement. Okay, from that day, that night, then you will get the final assessment question, and also those template will be attached in one folder. Then you can download the folder, then you can start to answering the question. Okay, so very good luck to all of you. Okay, another question is that during the assessment period, no individual WhatsApp to ask for the question. If you want to ask question, you can ask through the Weber or through the Microsoft Team where other people can see. To be fair. Okay, please make clear. So it's no private message. No PM. PM me, PM this, don't PM. I don't play PM during the assessment period. If you have any single question, you need to post into a public forum, public, such as the Weber there. You can reply to my message or put your question there. Then I will answer you through the link, not through the private message. Even though we are close friend, we are my relative or whatever. Yeah, okay. No PM. Okay. So uh, to show again practical observation. I give you the thing, you observe, you explain. This called the practical observation. I give you the one power supply. That's for example, the computer power supply. Okay, I open the casing. I throw the power supply to you. You see the power supply? Explain to me what are the components inside, how it works. That's it. So this one called practical observation. It will train you how to recognize the component. Okay, normally those engineer, those technician, they're repairing the power supply one. They are very sharp one, When they look at the component, they know, oh, this part having the problem, that part having the problem. This is the way I want you to observe, to learn how to observe. Okay, more than enough. Any more question? If not, then I will just stop at here and my briefing at here. And then I hope all of you very good luck in the final exam, final assessment, and also please, okay, take care of yourself. Okay, don't go out whatever. Okay, and please be sure you are remain healthy, and then so that you can focus on your work. Okay, remember that during the exam period, it will be very busy. You have many subjects. Okay, maybe happen everything in 2 weeks time. Okay, we only have 2 weeks for exam period, so everything will be happen in 2 weeks time. Okay. Relay is a mechanical switch. Okay, because as long as you can hear something tak tak tak, is a mechanical, not allowed. uh some assessment period yes, they will overlap, but not as a overlap on the exactly the same day. For example, two subject, it will not overlap exactly on the Monday to Friday but it may be one from Monday to Wednesday, one for the Wednesday to Friday. Okay, of course there are few days that is overlapping of course. Imagine you have taken 5 or 6 subject. How it is possible to put everything in, okay, in 2 weeks time without the crashing? It must be crashing, but not exactly on the same parallel period. Okay, this one faculty will arrange for you all, like a final exam. Okay, a different topic will have a different assessment period, different duration. My subject 4 days, other subject 1 day, or maybe 2 days, or maybe 3 days. Okay, maximum according to the faculty guideline, minimum 1 day, maximum 10 days. So depend on the subject taken. Okay. Okay, so if no more problem, then I will just stop at here. So okay, please take care of yourself and then drink more water and then sleep more, become fat, and then use the energy that you keep for the final exam, final assessment. Okay, so I see you again if possible next trimester in control system. Okay, bye and take care.